All right, we live. Shalom, shalom.
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 First off, we want to start off by giving all the glory, infinite praise, and honor unto Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect. There's out there pushing this truth in all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, giving diligence, make your calling and election sure. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. We're the brothers of GMS Augusta and GMS Savannah. All right, coming at you with another, midweek camp, midweek lesson, right through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and the Rakak Wadash. All right, in these beautiful and very perilous times, man. And Lord willing, we hope and pray that this lesson is edifying and exhorting. I don't know which. I guess bring out Yanakar. You got it.
All right. Matthew 24:1. And Yahweh went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahweh said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Matthew 24:3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Yahweh answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And we brought that out because of what's going on, all right, in Iran. United States and Israel has come together, all right, to come up against Iran. And the scriptures talked about these things. These are signs of the times, rumors of wars. Everybody see what's going on in the news right now. Everybody is seeing, all right, the uproars of the people and nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famines. All right, the gas prices are sky high. We see these things and we understanding that the scriptures in the Bible are lining up to what's going on now in the world. We see that everything is coming together. So this is the time for us to get excited because we're starting to see the end of this kingdom. We're starting to see the end of a wicked rulership. And we watching Yahweh bring down a wicked kingdom, stone by stone, brick by brick. We starting to see this place come down. Brothers are in the chats, when you wake up in the morning, you seeing 100, messages in the chat, 200 messages in the chat. Brothers are constantly putting up scriptures, constantly putting up videos talking about what's going on in Iran. That's the hot topic right now. And everybody is chiming in. You even have 2/3 of our people chiming in, talking about the war, talking about what's going on. So we seeing these things and we starting to see how Bashim Shah is not holding back on his word. He's bringing he's bringing this kingdom down. I'm gonna keep going on it. Matthew 24:9. Then shall they deliver, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Matthew 24:8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So these are the beginning of sorrows. All right. And we talked about this in Jacob's trouble. When you go into Jeremiah 30:6, it talk about a time that's worse than anything that you ever seen before. All right. That's going into everybody in an uproar, everybody talking about the prices of gas, everybody talking about the famines. All right. When these things start hitting, everybody's going to see like, damn, man, this is worse than the Great Depression. This is worse than chattel slavery, because the brother was just bringing up right before we came on how the concentration camps being set up here in Georgia, turning these warehouses into concentration camps. So these are the beginning of sorrows, and Jake is going to be tossed into those concentration camps. Jake is going to be snatched out of their homes. They're going to have checkpoints. It's going to be cities cut off. All these things are coming to pass, and many people are saying that, hey, the Hebrew Israelites been talking about this. The members of Great Millstone been constantly bringing these things out, and everybody's starting to see that we was right. We starting to get that I told you so. Hashah, when we talked about it when we first came in like 7-8 years ago, we talked about getting that I told you so. Now you starting to get that I told you so.
Yep. Yeah, and it's not that it's not that we want that, right? Because the scripture speaks about how our desire is that all would be saved, but we understand that somebody has to play the lot of incredulity. Somebody has to not believe in order for the true believers to be known in these times, man. So it's just what it is, And like I said, man, these are just the beginning of sorrows. The elders and apostles, they've been reiterating how we know that there is more to come. It's got to get worse, and that's it's the exciting and the scary part. And it's scary for 2/3 of our nation because it's gonna get worse. Soon this war is gonna be on your doorstep. It'll be in America. It's gonna start affecting these people, and that's the only reason why they're talking about it. Because it's starting to affect them, like the gas prices. That's starting to affect them.
Yeah.
You got people, American soldiers dying. It's starting to affect people now.
They talking about the draft coming back.
Yep.
People are scared, man.
Yep. Uncertainties in the air. So before, when things were quiet, we didn't, like you said, it wasn't nobody, asking questions. Nobody they were scoffing.
Right.
That they were, the scripture speaks about how they, basically shrugged the shoulder, the Lord. They basically like, man, get off me, man. But now people are starting to, like we said, we're gonna get more phone calls, more conversations about prophecy, man, and it's beautiful.
I got one real quick. It's 2 Esdras 8:50. It says, "For many great miseries should be done to them that in the latter time should dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." So like you said, man, hey, these people about to dwell in torment, man. Everything that they put their trust in, it's about to fail them, man. They jobs, they 401ks, they cars, they houses. They all the future plans that they got, planned, it's about to fail them, man. It's about to come to naught, man. Why? Because prophecy is coming to pass, man. This place is getting ready to be judged by Yahweh Shema Shah, man. If you ain't putting your trust in these scriptures, man, you about to lose.
Right.
And just to land back on what Brother Hashah just said a few minutes ago, all the stuff right there is in your face. What we tell everybody, don't watch just CNN or Fox News because they're scripted. Watch social media. You got your alternative news. Over here they tell you, only 5 soldiers died. No, that number is well past the hundreds of how many soldiers are dead over there. Malachi just brought it out there. You got Spain just told the United States, we don't want you on our air base. No, we're, the beast is now turning against the whore. Things are happening over there. They'll tell you, they just bombing empty buildings. No, they ain't. It's not what, what we're telling you. You guys calling us doom and doom prophets. But guess what? The same stuff we were saying is now coming to the forefront.
Right.
Yeah, and it's crazy that you said that, because one of the brothers put in chat that they was trying to make it like it was fake news. Like when people bring out topics that's going on in Iran about Iran bombing Israel, they're trying to make it out of fake news because they don't want people to see that Israel is getting their ass tore up by them Iranians. You know, the Iranian ain't getting their ass whooped like they putting it out into the American news media. You know, Iran is getting they lick in too. You know.
Yep, they not laying down. Hey,
Right.
We always bring out that scripture. Let the weak say, "I am strong."
Yep. Beautiful.
You know, hey, like you say, man, they hitting back now. You know, hey, this is the first time that because we've been praying. Because we were, you know, I know y'all remember last summer, we was like, "This is it."
Yeah.
You know, brothers was excited. We was like, "This is it."
Right.
And then they just let America do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. But now they hitting American bases, you know. And they flew today. They were about to hit a EU base in Cyprus, and they end up blowing the plane out the sky. But they was on their way.
Right.
You know.
Hey, then they shoot missiles on the U.S. aircraft carrier. What it was? Was it Abraham Lincoln? Yeah.
No, well, they say it was the Abraham Lincoln, but it was another carrier thing of another carrier type ship that they had over there. But they won't say Abraham Lincoln because that's the flagship. You know, any aircraft carrier over there always be like the command fleet. That's where you find the captains and the admiral over there. But just like how you said, they're over there again, like how we said before, live camp. You know, they just arrested a bunch of Hamas agents and Israel agents over there trying to plan the explosives over in Iran. They caught their ass. So you know,
and Saudi Arabia.
I think it was Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia.
Yep, they caught you. They also so everything they got planned going over there, like how Donald Trump thought it was supposed to be. Oh, this could be an easy thing, easy in, easy out. No, now he's panicking now.
Yeah, hey, this nigga Trump. Somebody asked him today whether the United States citizens should be worried about Iran retaliating on U.S. soil. He said, "I guess." Like I said, when we go to war, some people will die. Man,
he don't care. He don't care. Yeah, he don't care because somehow now he tried to say his son, who's 6'9", almost 7 feet, can't join the military because he's too damn tall and got heel spurs.
No.
So now his son is like his daddy.
And you know what's real funny? You know, every time these Epstein files come out, Trump going, you know, he'll go bum somebody, you know, and that'll take away the attention away from these Epstein files. You know, it's real peculiar, real suspicious, man.
Yeah. I got one. So Joel 3:9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war."
Hey, I had that same scripture.
You had it?
Yeah, I had the same one. Bring it out. That's the spirit.
Okay. Joel 3:9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about." You got it. Y'all got it.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful, man. What it say, let the weak say I'm strong, because guess what? Now Iran, you know, these smaller countries saying they got missiles. You know, they got ICBM missiles. They got nuclear capabilities. So they saying like, hey, you know, you got guns, we got guns. What's up? You know, everybody is starting to tap into those nuclear reserves. You know, everybody's starting to show what they've been going into the lab doing. Everybody been showing how these different collaborations with Russia and China is starting to pay off, because now they got nukes. Now they can send nuclear missiles to America, because they was saying on social media there's three major countries that can attack United States with no problem. Because before, United States, it was a a fortified fortress, because it was hard to get to because of the terrain. But now you have China with nuclear capabilities that can reach America. Now you have North Korea. Now you have Russia. They say that Russia can touch any part of the United States, even to the East Coast. China, same thing. They can touch the East Coast. They say North Korea can do it, but it's not real accurate. But it don't matter if it's accurate, because if you hit any one of these major places in America, it's over with. Because they were saying that North Dakota and Montana and Wyoming, that's where they keep their nuclear arsenal. America keep their nuclear arsenal in Wyoming and Montana. So yeah, that's going to be the main place that they try to attack first.
You got the Cheyenne Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
You got certain other nuclear silos that are located in those rural parts of America.
Yeah.
And you got to think about that volcano that's dormant.
The Yellowstone.
If they blow up the Yellowstone, pretty much the whole middle of the continent is over. The middle.
Yeah, and not only that, once you set a nuclear bomb off, in America, that's gonna be like an EMP attack. That's gonna knock everything out. Because once you take out, the electronics and the technology, it's like you're a third world country almost. Worse than a third world country.
Yep.
It's like how we keep telling everybody to watch that movie. Prime example, they've been blowing the hell out of it a lot on YouTube. Was Homestead. The guy was in the office. Yeah, we saw the opening. He was in the office talking on the phone, and in the background you can see that big ass window he was looking out of, and all you saw was a big mass explosion, and that was it.
Mm.
And all these scientists, all these so-called other people that have been in America been telling you the United States have weak infrastructure, especially the grids. So if they wanted to, they say like, it don't take much to bring the United States down, and just you attack these certain areas. That's it. And China that came up for the second time and told them, they're like, hey, if you attack us, we done told you we got one missile. He said, all you got to do is just go look back at our parade, and you see that missile that we had going down the road carries 61 warheads. And 61 is a hydrogen bomb. He said he could touch any part of the world within 20 minutes. And like how Yannicka said, where the hell you can go in 20 minutes? Especially if you're in the city. Where the hell are you going to go in 20 minutes?
Right. So that's showing you like that scripture, it's coming to life. Let the weak say I'm strong. Everybody is starting to show that, hey, they got a little muscle too. That they got something in the back shed also. So hey, we applauding them because we want this place to go down. We want America to be done with. That's why we have out of every camp we say a ball. We know what it means, and if you've been watching, you know what it means.
I got a precept. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 20. It says, behold, saith Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, saith Yahweh our power. Right? So the Lord said that all these nations are going to be called together. We just read it in Joel, the 3rd chapter, the valley of decision, the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there the Lord will sit to judge the heathen. And they're all, all the heathen are going to reverence Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're going to know that this war was sought up by a higher power.
Right.
You know, that it was sought up in his prophecy, right? They're going to, the Lord is going to put in these people's heads when they walk past the camp. You know, when they look down at the signs or the signs that brothers hold up of that thermonuclear destruction, and they're going to know that this was the God of the Israelites, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that is doing this, man. You know, it's some more on this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna skip now. Verse 28, it says, "Behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east." So to let you know, right, which the apostles and elders were the first to really come out and tell you that World War III was going to start in the Middle East, in the Levant region. You know, no other group is pushing that, man. You know, they've been saying it for years.
Right.
Verse 29, it says, "Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots." And that's what you see. You see the nations of Arabia, right? You got the Kurds now getting involved, right? And pretty soon it's gonna be, it's gonna be air, like, it's gonna be all out war over there. You know, now it could die down, right? But we could see a constant, like, because people like to call it war, but it's really a battle,
Right.
right? It's not really a war yet. You know, it's war when troops are on the ground, when there's ground forces. You know, right now it's just a battle. It's, Trump like to call it, the 7-day war. No, that was just a little skirmish, a battle. Can't really count that as a war.
Yeah.
You got
Hey, I don't know if you brothers was watching on social media, but they was going into the reason why the United States bombed Iran. I don't know if you brothers was watching it, but they said they was bombing Iran because China gets a lot of their oil from Iran. You know, and by them bombing Iran, it causes China to be able, to be and I guess being a lack of oil or lack of resources or whatever, because they get it out of the Strait of Hormuz.
Yep.
They're trying to cripple China by if they, for what the guy was saying, if they could do to Iran what they did to Venezuela, they could cut off the supply of oil to China and pretty much try to choke them out.
Right.
Because China, when trying to get their oil from Iran, they're not using the American dollar, they're using their own money, the yuan.
Right.
So they saying if we can get Iran under our control, then they can flip it back to the petrodollar.
Right.
And China be like, but
Salakia, China also gets their, the only way they can really get oil right now is Russia.
Right.
Because they were getting their oil from, like you said, they were getting their oil from Venezuela. The United States cut that off. And they were getting their oil from Iran, and the United States just cut that off. So now it's like, they only got a matter of time before, they want China to basically come to the table.
Yeah, pretty much here's our terms only.
Right.
This is what you want to do for us.
Right.
And China like, nah, we ain't about to have that.
I gotta appreciate what you said earlier about that battle. Jeremiah 50:22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware.
Yep.
Thou art fountain also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's you're being found out. Esau Edom is being found out, man. Even with the Epstein files, right? It's more than just the politicians in there. These fast food restaurants are in there about how they were taking the meat to these fast food restaurants and selling it in the burgers. You know, you got the elementary school pitcher company that was in the Epstein file. It's a lot of grimy stuff in there, man. The pharmaceutical companies in there. You know, so everything is coming to the light. Oh, they're even talking about 9/11 in the files, man. About how that was a FF. You know, if y'all can, understand. So hey, this devil is being found out, man. And there's, because what? He has striven against the Lord. He is the adversary. He is the man of sin, the son of perdition. So it's beautiful to see, man. That's why the nations are rising up against you in battle. They starting to see your wickedness, man. See that you're the guy, man. China said, I forget who it was. Maybe it was like one of their generals. He was saying that America is the reason for all these skirmishes, for all the tension and turmoil in the world. He was basically calling for everybody to come up against America. So that's beautiful, man. I got some more on this second Esdras, and y'all brothers got it. It says verse 29, second Esdras 15:29, it says, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all that which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmenians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and the great power shall come, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste the portion of the land of the Assyrians.
So that's going into what Arabs over there and the Iranians, man. They gonna click up over there in the Middle East, and hey, they gonna join each other, man. All those, that's why who that was, they talking about they trying to make Islam, what it was, some the NATO over there, the Middle East NATO, what they were calling it.
It's like it's like an Islamic pact.
Yeah, like an Islam NATO or something like that right there.
Yeah,
because because right now who joined Iran was right now is Iran, Yemen, and Syria that's together, and now even they talk about maybe even Turkey thinking about joining in. And what happened with the UAE? How when they said, well, because the UAE was Iran that bombed their oil, they said when they looked at the proof, they said no, it wasn't Iran. The shit came from Israel. So don't be surprised if some of these other places flip on Israel.
Oh yeah, they gonna flip because they starting to see, because America had a pact with all these Arab countries, man, said they was gonna protect them. Yeah, but now they find out it was a snare, man.
Yep.
America ain't holding up to they bargain of the deal, man.
Yeah, they pretty much just like a horror movie. You being chased by Michael Myers or Jason, and the United States just trip your ass up and leave you and left you for dead.
Yeah. They come to find out that America just gonna protect Israel, man. They don't forsaken all these other countries and all the ones they had pacts with. So they're gonna make these countries flip on America, man.
And on I think it was one of either the Today Show or one of the shows they had, one of the representatives from Iran. I just saw that on social media. The lady asked him, "Are you guys thinking about doing a ceasefire?"
I can't hardly see it up.
Yeah, I can't see it.
I think what you was talking about. It's I can't get the words to show up. But it's like it was Turkey. It's Turkey and basically they're forming. I'll read it.
Yeah.
This is from the Times of India. It says Islamic NATO in making, how Turkish arms, Saudi cash, and Pakistan nukes could align.
Yeah. And you just had the guy over there, one of those rats called Turkey out, man.
Yep.
See, Turkey is a threat, man, because they trying to align that Islamic NATO, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so hey, prophecy is coming to pass, man.
Yep, and then just to line back on that, what I was saying just before Shah showed that picture, you know, the guy that was the representative for Iran when they've been on I think it was the Today Show, one of those news broadcasts. The guy asked him, "Why you guys think about doing like what Donald Trump says a ceasefire?" The guy said, "No." He said, "The first 2 times we gave you guys a ceasefire, you attacked us." So he said, "This time around, there ain't gonna be no talk of ceasefire or whatever." He said, "We'll let you know when we when we want ceasefire."
Yeah,
rightfully so.
Yeah, it'd be like the first 2 times we came to the table, as soon as we was talking, you bombed us. He said, "We ain't gonna let it be a 3rd time."
Man, because you gotta remember, back during that first war, they was inviting them places to talk, and then they'll bomb it.
Yeah, right in Qatar. Yeah, the first one was right there in Qatar, right there at the hotel. When they invited them at the hotel, that's when Donald Trump was supposed to show up.
Yep.
And then they didn't show up. Set their ass up. So, hey, just like just like y'all answer, always say, man, don't trust our enemy. This nigga said, y'all, hey man, Hashan, y'all call, man. I want you to meet me at Red Roof Inn. I'll be there in about 2 hours. Hour and a half later, there was a damn drive-by right at Red Roof. Like, what the hell? I don't go drive-by, came by and set right up.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, you got a show.
That was all I had.
Oh.
Bro's got
scripture.
I get that second edge 9. Still got that on deck.
All right.
Y'all had something else?
Yeah, I still got my Joel 2 and 1 on standby for whenever.
good.
This second Edris 9 and 1. He said he answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." You know, so we know that like the brother Yanakar opened up with, man, that Matthew 24, man, these are the signs, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Lord left the signs of his second coming, man. You know, so we supposed to be measuring the time. A lot of our people, they ain't measuring the time, man. You know, they going on about their folly. You know, that's why a lot of people got caught up over there in Dubai, man.
Yeah,
you know,
beat me to that one.
you got Eve over there crying about. You got Eve and Jake over there crying about. You know how they scared because you know missiles flying over there in Dubai, man.
Yep.
Why? Because they ain't measuring the time, man.
Right. Right. Hey, and that's beautiful that you said that because what these people was doing, they were sending their kids to the military. You know, this is not the time for you to send your child to the military because if you were measuring the time diligently, you will understand that, hey, we're about to go to war right now. Right. Trump is about to send your children over here to the Middle East, you know, to fight in this war. This is not the time for you to try to get benefits and get good insurance and get, you know, all these different benefits from the government right now, you know, because that's why a lot of people go to the military to get those benefits, you know, to get that free living, and they stack all of their money up. You know, it's not the time for that, man. This is time for you to be prudent, because a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hide of himself, you know.
Right. Hey, they were saying that to start the war, Iran, they took the Israeli forces off the front lines in Israel and replaced them with U.S. soldiers. And then they let Israel shoot the first rocket at Iran so they could retaliate and bomb the U.S. military forces so that America would have to be involved. So that just goes to show you that they're not, they don't care about the loss of life, man.
No.
You know, that you Jakes out there that's going to and who was the first ones that died was niggas.
Mm-hmm.
It said judgment shall begin at the house of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, man. Right. The first soldiers that died over there was niggas, man. You know, and like the Ox said, this ain't the time to be going to the military, man. You're gonna fight against the Lord, but before that, you're gonna have to fight these bankers' wars, man.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, what was that? Yeah, come on up. What was reading? I had a precept.
You got it. You was on
Second Ezra's 9.
Second Ezra's 9, huh?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a precept real quick just to see what we talking about it. This second Ezra 16 and 33. It said the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms, the women shall mourn having no husbands, their daughters shall mourn having no helpers, in the wars there it said in the wars should their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine.
Mm.
So like y'all was saying, man, hey, a lot of people about to get sent over there to the Middle East, over there to
God.
your house and pot and be judged, man, and be put to death, man.
Yep.
Mhm.
And just to line back on what the brother just said, I just got a, I like to do the news break video. I just got this one, and here's just what just happened. Senators voted 53-47 to stop a proposal that would have forced President Donald Trump to get Congress permission before continuing his military campaign against Iran. So if the people who's watching watching us right now don't understand what it says, this was good wrote here at the bottom real quick, if I may. The U.S. Senate has rejected a war power resolution that sought to curb President Donald Trump's military campaign against Iran, voting 53-47 against a procedural motion to advance the measure, which largely along party line. The resolution would have required congressional approval for continued U.S. military operation in Iran, but was blocked by most Republicans, leaving Trump authority over Operation Epic Fury intact.
Mhm.
So yeah, that ball is rolling and ain't stopping that bad boy. So like how we just said, that draft. That draft will come into play. Don't be amazed once you start handing the word draft in there again, like her brother Hashan just said earlier. Anybody else add something real quick?
Yeah, I got that one you was bringing out. You had touched on it, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it out.
Yeah.
Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. For as iron wrestle, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come now wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? And that's what we saying, man. Who's going to pity these little these little black kids that get sent over here to the Middle East? Because we telling you, don't fall for Esau Edom's treachery. Don't fall for his lies and his soft words. Because he's going to tell you, hey, you go to the Middle East, you get $100,000. Because I think every time those soldiers went over to the Middle East, I think it was Afghanistan, they got like $100,000. So now he's going to start promising them money. He's going to promise them homes, all type of stuff when they come back home from these wars, but they're not coming back.
God.
So you got it.
Oh, so like me being proud military and from a single parent home, and just like sports, who you think they're going to go to? To the mothers.
No.
All that the mother's going to see is dollar sign. Yeah, ma'am. If your son or daughter is 18 years old, this is what we'll guarantee you. They just got to sign up for 4 years. And then, if they happen to go to war, like how you just said, yeah, there's it's called hazard pay.
Right.
That hazard pay, it doubles their pay. So it goes to their account automatically. The kid got only thing the kid got to do is put their parent name on the bank account. So if Brother Yannick has an 18 or 19-year-old son or daughter, his name is on the account too. So if something happened, he still automatically get that money.
But hey, what that goes back to, what we always bring out, that Esau Edom is a one-trick pony. What did he did the same tactic when he said 40 acres and a mule. You know, he told them they fight in a war, they'll come back and they get lands and they'll be able to have farming land. And what happened? He gave them those lands and he took them away right here in Savannah, Georgia. You know, that's the way that was drawn up at. You know, and it was Skidaway Island that he gave them, and they took it away from him.
Yep, they did the same thing over here in our town, Beaufort, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
They got it. Go ahead.
I got a quick precept, Salakia. This is just to land back off what you read out. Sirach chapter 8 and verse 15. It says, "Travel not in the way with a bold fellow, lest he become grievous unto thee. For he will do according to his own will, and thou shalt perish with him through his folly."
Mm-hmm.
And Esau is a bold fellow, man.
Right.
All right. Even these countries that have made pacts and treaties with him, they're now starting to regret it. They're like, "Damn, you done drew us into a war."
Mm-hmm.
You know. Then it says, verse 16. It says, "Strive not with an angry man, and go not with him into a solitary place.
Mm-hmm.
For blood is as nothing in his sight, and where there is no help, he will overthrow thee." So you're not supposed to be by this man. He's angry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's upset because his kingdom is falling, and he's also prideful.
Right. And like you said, he's not squeamish when it comes to blood. You know, that through process of elimination, who is that talking about?
Right.
You know, that's Esau Edom. He's the only one when it comes to blood, he don't get squeamish. You know, looking at the different wars that he's been in, look at the different tactics that he have used, you know, all throughout the world. You know, this man is not squeamish when it comes to killing and blood, you know.
Man, they got it's this guy on Instagram. He's like an ex-CIA. I don't know if y'all seen him, y'all brothers seen him, but he's an ex-CIA agent, and he's just doing interviews about all the wicked stuff that the CIA does to people, and he'll just laugh about it.
Wow.
He was talking about how one of the armies, they hit him with a missile, and the missile didn't blow up or anything. It just went through him. And he laughed about it. He was like, "Could you imagine having to clean that up?" And he laughed about it. This is the man of sin.
Mm-hmm.
He don't get squeamish about blood. He loved killing.
Yeah.
Esau killed for sport.
Mm-hmm. And he do it all the time. You know, when you look at these different shows talking about hunting, big game hunting, Esau is the one doing it. You know, when you look at these movies and they depict people going on these hunting parties, hunting for people, who's doing it? Esau. Yep. When you go into the Epstein files, who was the person that was pushing it?
You know, he beat me right through. I was gonna say the same.
They had a hunt. They was talking about hosting a hunting party to hunt down niggas.
Yep. Right. Yep. Over Epstein file.
I seen another one too out today. They were talking about how for Jeffrey Epstein's birthday, he went to Afghanistan and they let him borrow 2 military choppers with gunners on them. And he went and they just went to a town over there and killed people for fun. These devils, man. You gotta Esau gotta pay for that too. And
that show you that he would plug in because what didn't this guy Jeffrey Epstein, he started as a math teacher, right?
Yeah.
Start off as a simple guy and he just blew it from there. And now he got everybody in the world dirt.
No.
Well, he's a puppet.
Right.
He was a puppet for the elites.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was a puppet for basically blackmail. You know, to get these different politicians. That's why Trump is doing what he's doing.
Yep. Hey, they were saying that he was getting those girls for him, you know, you having these different parties and getting those girls, you know.
Yep.
something like a like a promoter, you know.
I got one real quick. It's Lamentation 4:18. It said they hunt our steps that we cannot go into our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursue us upon the mountains. They lay wait for us in the wilderness.
Who's swifter than the eagle, man? Well, who is that talking about? Who always talking about the eagle? Who's what the word is
Emblem.
emblem.
Yep.
The emblem that America stand by is the eagle. You know, and
Yep.
the thing is, hey, the scriptures say they're swifter than an eagle. You know that, and when you go into those rocks, those hills, you know Esau loved those high buildings. You know, they was coming from the Caucasus Mountains. You know, Mount Seir. You know, because when you go into Seir, it means Shiar, it means hairy.
Well, he turned the United States into a cave.
Mm-hmm.
America
Beautiful,
used to
huh?
be America used to be green. It used to be fields of flowers, and it was basically like a Eden
Paradise. Yeah.
paradise.
Yeah.
And he just turned it into a cave. He paved over everything. Everything is concrete now.
Yeah, he destroyed the Native American, the monuments,
Yep.
you know, the burial grounds,
Yep.
you know.
Not even that. Even the Midwest, he's never satisfied. They said if you see the before and after of the Midwest when it was plush green, and then you remember how they turned into the big desert, the big what do they call it, the big dust bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
They farmed the land so much that ain't nothing there that can grow anymore.
Right.
Yeah, they killed all the bison. You
Yep.
know, bison was very plentiful. They killed all the bison. Now you don't even see bison anymore.
I
Right.
was all out of spite.
Right.
All out of fucking spite.
You kill your own food source just to get rid of somebody else. You a bloodlusty person.
And make it bad, brothers, and kill them and just leave them there.
Right.
But hey, that show you that this devil is wicked because you kill the bison, which is clean, and then you bring a bunch of pigs here.
Right.
You know, because pigs are not native to America.
Nope. And now they're overpopulated.
Yeah.
You got pigs, wild boars.
Yep. I got a quick one, Salakia. Ezekiel 35:6, it says, "Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh of power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee."
Mm.
And that's talking about Esau Edom, man. He don't hate blood. Hey, when he killed, he liked to see blood, man. I know you always bring up that story about how he the dude at your job.
Oh yeah.
He said, I wanted to see blood.
Yeah, man.
You know,
He said we're gonna beat him until he see blood, and then we're gonna stop him. We're just gonna make him go harder. He said some people stop when they see blood. He said that's just gonna make him go harder, man. And I was an Edomite, because Jay have a conscience. Jay can't do those things like Esau do because when you go into they were like, Michael Jackson, he was on the good side. He was really trying to save those kids, taking them to Never Land or wherever his compound was. But what it was, he was doing those nasty deeds, and his mind started messing with it because Jake had a conscience. So Jake was trying to turn something bad into something good. Trying to, how Jake be a devil all throughout his life. Then at the end, he tried to find God.
right?
And that's basically what Mike was doing. Mike was trying to, right some of his wrongs.
Yep.
I got one. Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone and grind the mill. Uncover the locks, make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thou into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them into the hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, as thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thine heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given unto pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children, widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. And that's how this devil feel. That's that pride. And pride go for destruction, and a haughty look before a fall. And this devil is about to fall. And we constantly bringing these things out because we know the prophecies. We know that this devil is going to go down. We seeing everything falling into line. Because the brothers in Dallas, they went into it. Like if you was looking at the timeline, you see everything is hitting on that timeline, man. Everything is coming together. That's why brothers are getting excited, because they checking the box. One more thing off that timeline. Rumors of wars, check. Uproars of the people, check. Earthquakes in diverse places, check. Famine, check. We starting to see these things, and everybody's getting excited because Yahweh Shema Shai is bringing a great work to pass.
Yep. You had the blood moon.
Yep. Oh man, I got that too.
Yeah, I saw that on WhatsApp. Some brother posted it in.
All these the signs of the times, man.
Yep.
So the Lord is working, man. The scripture say, though they tear you, wait for them, man. They will surely come, man.
God.
And I'm flipping through social media. They showing the video of, how those soldiers died. They're going over there giving the letters to the wives and girlfriends. Hey, your husband or your boyfriend, got killed over there. So, who will mourn? Roughly paraphrasing.
Right. I got a precept. This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 22. It says, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. We're in those days, man. All right. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. It's talking about 70 AD, but it's also, parts of that is going to be fulfilled in this time, right? It says, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. This is how you know that the small hats that are over there in the land are not the real people, right? Because that land is prophesied to be trodden down of the heathen, of the Gentiles. Verse 25. Skipping back into this time, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, right? We just seen a blood moon, right? We've been seeing an uptick in eclipses, blood moons, blue moons, everything, man. Oh, eclipses, lunar eclipses, solar eclipses. We've been seeing it, man. It says in the stars. Oh, they just had the 6 planetary alignment on the rim. So the signs are there. It says, and upon the earth, the stress of nations with perplexity, right? And when you go into this word perplexity, it goes into confusion, and basically that's what's going on out here. A bunch of confusion. These people don't know, right from left. They're you like their faces are flushed, right? They nervous. They're frantic about what the future holds, man. They don't know if they got to send their kids to World War III. They don't know if they're gonna be able to keep that Social Security check, the 401k. None of these people have a true certainty in these times, man. And we warned you. We warned you that these times were gonna be perilous.
Yeah, cause Esau he coming with those enchantments, man. A lot of witchcraft is going on, man. He using his AI.
Yeah.
He hitting the people with all from all angles, man. One minute it's Epstein, 1 minute is war, 1 minute is UFOs. Esau coming with all angles, man. He got his paid celebrities,
right?
To do their little acts,
right?
So the people just in a bunch of confusion, man. They don't know what the hell going on, man.
Yeah, hey, that's beautiful. You said that because when you go to I think it's Joe Rogan, like he was going in and he had his dude on his show, and he was saying like he know that these people are doing enchantments because you talk about the Epstein files and you talk about them how they eating little babies and all this different crazy and wild and outlandish things that they're doing, and nobody's saying anything about it. Nobody's in an uproar. Nobody is coming out and saying what they're doing is wrong. That's how we know there's enchantments going on.
Yeah.
I got that word perplexity, Salakia. I just Googled the definition. It says inability to deal with or understand something complicated or unaccountable. So they can't deal with this.
Yeah.
They don't know how to deal with this. They smoking, drinking, they being distracted on an all-time high, man. Like you say, the Lord got the word. These people are so distracted with, first of all, your job. You working every day. They don't have time. They don't have time to start a revolution or nothing. They don't have time to rise up, to organize, none of that, because they're so distracted with the enchantments of Babylon the Great, the wine.
Yeah. The scripture say that the whole world lie in darkness, man. Ooh. These people they through, man.
God.
You gotta be crazy, man, to be trying to wade across seas in the time of war, man. You gotta be really enchanted, fully engulfed in this world, to be traveling, man.
Prideful
as hell.
Hey, Americans think they could just fly. You could just go anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm gonna fly to Dubai.
Yeah.
They over there in Israel. Like, why would you be over there? Oh, you had the Israelites, man. Them Israelites under Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Yeah.
That was the first place Iran bombed, was that nuclear facility over there. That's in Dimona. So and the elders told you that's not prophecy. It's not prophecy for you to be over there. Get from over there. But hey, the Lord is showing a lot of people, man. He's showing and telling them. He did the telling already.
Yeah.
Right now it's time to just show you.
Yeah. Yeah, son.
I got some. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, the word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, publish and set up a standard, publish, conceal not. say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Marduk is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, and they shall depart, both man and beast. And that land, that country that is talking about out of the north, the nation, is talking about Russia. Okay, and pretty soon these other countries, Russia is going to be a guard unto them, right? They're, he's going to be that big brother, that the same size as the bully now, if not bigger. He's going to defend these nations.
Yeah.
And it said what? That he is going to make her desolate, make the land desolate. If you don't know what desolate means, it means uninhabited. And it said no one is ever going to live here ever again. And how do you know this is talking about the Neo-Babylonian Empire, the new Babylonian Empire? Because people are still living in Iraq. People are still over there in the old Babylon, right? So this is talking about right now. It's talking about pretty soon these other nations are going to join forces with Russia and all agree and consent to send missiles at America, man.
Yeah. America and Israel.
Yep.
Because hey, these are the problems of the earth, man. Everybody find out there ain't gonna be no peace with America and these damn small hats, man. All they do is bring confusion and war, man. That's why those spies just got caught over there those Arab countries trying to
trying to blow up shit,
man. Trying to blame Iran, man.
Yep. And didn't make it. I don't know if you guys heard about, since the airplane just flying over my house. Yeah, I heard about how Iran just tricked the United States and Israel to bomb an airfield over paintings of an airplane on the ground. They thought the shit been real.
Yeah, I seen that.
And all it was, the guy started laughing. He said, "Hey man, they did a fine job to make you just toss away millions of dollars on a missile to blow up a painting." So,
that's why the scripture says there's no more wisdom in teaming, man.
No.
These.
Oh, wait.
Hey, they getting outsmarted, man. They talk all this big bag talk. About how they winning the war, man. Hey, Iran making a fool out of them, man. That's why these nations gonna jump ship, man.
Yeah. And look at, and just like how me and Hashad said, a few days ago, when Iran pretty much bombing the shit out of Tel Aviv, they coming to, okay, you can stop now. We sorry, stop the bombings and stuff. But I just said, now you want them to stop bombing, but why y'all didn't have that same sentiment with the people over in Palestine and Gaza? You had no problem fucking them up.
Right.
When the shoes been on the other damn foot, oh man, you having a field day. Now the shit's happening to y'all ass. Oh, you don't want no more. You want us to stop now.
Right.
It's just like a fight. You ain't gonna just sit there, think you could beat on that same person every day and don't think he could turn around and fight you back.
Oh yeah.
That's why the brother brought out that Isaiah 47. It says basically you thought you were gonna be a lady and a queen forever. Mm-hmm. They thought they were never gonna get touched over there, man. They think that they're the beauty of kingdoms, right? But hey, the Lord is touching them now. And the world is gonna see that the Lord is not with those small hats over there, man.
Yep.
Because you got a lot of Christians over here. They think that those small hats are, they really truly believe that those small hats are the people. Mm-hmm. Even I was talking to my mother, and she was like, well, God is gonna fight with Israel, and I was like, oh man, you gotta just wink at the ignorance.
Hey, I mean, we laugh, but you actually got some Christian group that believe that, you know, they call him Jesus Christ, put Donald Trump in office to fight, he was the chosen one. So yeah, just like Shaw said, you got some people who actually believe, Jesus Christ chose Donald Trump.
Right.
That was it on that.
Yeah, I'm done with my little thing there.
I'll just bring this one up. Jeremiah 49:20 says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Edom, and his purposes that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock should draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall, at the cry of their noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day should the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pains.
That's beautiful.
Got it.
You got it out.
So the main point, the least of the flock, man. America doing the bidding of those small hats over there, man. And the scriptures say, hey, surely the inhabitants gonna be left desolate, man.
Yep.
They gonna get destroyed just like those small hats over there gonna get messed up, man.
Right.
They fighting America and Israel fighting a battle they can't win, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe when you go into that word least, it goes into the smallest, insignificant, and the youngest.
Yeah.
And those small hats, they're the youngest Edomite nation of them all, right? They were established in 1948, right? And it's that's not a coincidence. It's just biblical prophecy, that America is doing the bidding of the small hat, the ish bankers. Almost slipped up, man. But that's how we got to talk. But matter of fact, Yair, can you bring out that? You still holding that Daniel
12:1?
Yeah, I gotta let you get one in.
Come.
Just bring it out. We'll end off with that, man.
Come. Hey, KJV, Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth from the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
Beautiful. So the Lord is not going to allow Edom to win, right? The Lord is going to send back the mighty hosts, man, the angels of the Lord, man, to defend his people, man, because ultimately, we're heading toward the persecution of the saints, and the story don't end with Esau getting the victory, him putting the foot up our ass again, man. It don't end like that. The story ends with us getting the victory this time, man. Yahweh coming back on the chariot with those angels, man, with Michael, the mighty man of war, and getting the victory over the beast, man. So this is what we proclaim week in and week out, man, that the Lord is coming back, ultimately to deliver the so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, the remnant, the 144,000, and to destroy and to put down under foot the rest of the heathen, man. It's not going to be Russia. It's not going to be China. It's not going to be Iran. It's not going to be North Korea. It's not going to be United States or Israel that's next to rule. Okay? We got next,
God.
So, hey, brothers ain't have anything good up. Close out, man. So, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying and exhorting. I want to end off by giving all the glory, infinite praise, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Shakadosh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well in this tabernacle of David. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing this truth in all sincerity. Shalom and a Bible ball.
Shalom and Bible ball.
You better be careful out there.